Okay, so good morning, everyone. Today, uh, we want to talk about the build space. Um, Let me do the introduction for myself first. My name is Pluto, and I'm the project coordinator in Swanty. Uh, because and today we're gonna talk about the building space. What we're gonna do is we're gonna fork a space. Um, wait, Yeah, we're gonna introduce the build space steps, and we will have a stable diffusion UI, and you can just add whatever you want the model there, and the generate the image. So we're gonna start from a video to show you guys how to fork a space and run a space.
In this video, we'll walk through how to make your own space on the Lagrange. We'll cover creating a new space, building your space, and make your space running. Let's get started. First, visit lagrange.org and connect your MetaMask wallet. Then click Create New Space. In this page, name your space, select a license, SDK, and visibility. Now your new space is created. You have an empty code repository to work with. You need to provide either a Docker file or a deploy.yaml. Choose a Docker file if you need to build a new image. Opt for a deploy.yaml if you already have an image. The deploy.yaml uses Lagrange definition language to define deployment configurations. Please refer to the docs for more details. You can upload these files through the Lagrange web interface. Or, you can use the Lagrange client to clone your repo locally, which gives you a nice Git-style workflow. Now I'll demo using Lagrange client to upload code. Now, let's move on to making your space running. In Settings, Lagrange offers diverse hardware options to fit your needs. To make your space running, select your preferred hardware, set usage time and start time, and complete payment. You'll see real-time deployment progress on the page. You can also click the link to access your space before full deployment. And there you have it. You can now interact with your running space. Every space is supported by multiple computing providers. So if one provider has an issue, you can easily switch to another to keep your space running smoothly.
When it comes to power, where and when you need.
All right, so hopefully with that video, you guys can totally understand how to focus space and have you guys the own space. But I mean, like that is not enough. Because with the stable diffusion, if you wanna like have a multiple, like different serve images, you might also need some others module. So uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna show you guys how to build a space and just focus space, and we're gonna continuing to have add more modules there, and let's see how to do that. So first things, I need to find out a space that I want to use. That is the like base space. So I just choose the stable diffusion based aura here. So I can click fork. With that fork, I gonna fork to my own account there. So I click just fork, choosing config later. Uh, because I already have that, so let's just access to my own space there. So in this page, you can click the setting page and choose the config that you want to run. With this module, because we also we need the GPU here, so with the only CPU config cannot just run that. So we choose, let's see, 3090. Just confirm and pay for that. All right, so in this time, the space status is changing to waiting for transactions, which means we are, of course, waiting for the transaction complete. So after the transaction complete, that should be assigning providers, which will assign this task to multiple CP, and they can run that for you. So let's just wait a second to let them change the status. Yeah. So in this time, the status changed to assigning to provider, which will the backend right now is assigning like up to 3 CPs, and those 3 CPs gonna all run the task for you, and you can just when the space have the result, you can just say that with like 3 results. So we after the assigning to provider, you will have a status called deploying, which means the CP is trying to run that run your space. And yeah, so in this time, the space status going change to deploying, and also you can have a quick look there. So for example, we click that, but you will see sometimes you're gonna see like 503 or 404 or something. It's not like 200. It's just because in that time the CP is still trying to like run the space. It's not finished, so you can just give CP some time and they're gonna finish that. So in that time, I have my own like the already running space, and we don't need to waiting for the deploying. So this is the same thing as this one. So this is the stable diffusion UI. Mm, Originally that should be looks like this. So in this time, I'm gonna show you how to add your own module. So we click the settings. Sorry, wait, give me a second. Uh, just do me a favor. So we go to the extensions first. So here you can see here you have an installed module, So there's available, and today we're gonna use the install from URL. So let's say we wanna have our own module there. I have the URL from the Git repository. Uh, we have that, and we just click install. It's because I already installed that. So how can you check if that is installed successful? It's just you go to the installed page, and you can say, okay, so that is the new one that I already add in. After that, I can just click apply and restart UI and just wait for a second. Voila, we have that. And it's not finished. We still need to go to the settings. In that page, we have additional networks, and we need to put the path to scan for the LoRa models. So we put the path there. We apply the settings, and then we can just go back to our like the first page. It's text to image. In that case, you cannot just see where is the module that you just installed that, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna click that icon, like this button. It's showing had extra networks. We click that, and we can see the one we just installed that. So here you can just use whatever you want to build your own images and your pictures. So yeah, that is basically what we're gonna do for the building space. And hopefully we are clear here. Are there any questions, guys? Oh, I saw some questions from our community here. So how do you interpret the two compensate or rewards users that deployed more than one space, considering how difficult it deploy on one space? So basically, each space will the reward for each the reward for each space will like back calculate for like one time, and each space will have like if you have like a separate space, you will have like separate reward, of course. And so in that case, because Testnet, all the providers can just create a multiple space. So each space have, of course, they have the they wait, the first questions. Yeah, I already saw that questions. Yeah, as I said, you will be able to have like multiple rewards for multiple spaces. Uh, since they can create more than one spaces, it's each of the spaces also entitled to the reward pool. Yeah, you for each spaces you like each space that have like the doing the like as far as they someone is using that, you will be able to have the reward, of course. If the user create more than one running spaces, will each space be eligible for task that reward? Yeah, yeah. I mean, like as I said, like each space, they will have that. We don't have any limit for that. So if you have like maybe 10 or 100, yeah, as far as the space is by like normally using by someone else, then you will get rewards, of course. Any other questions? Can Testnet, can they do more than one task? For example, if user perform both task and task two together and submit from separately, yep, you can just you can just join like multiple tasks there. How can we make the space strong during the task net? So you can just select the, so because let me go back to this one. So when you select the settings, when you select the config that you want to run, here you can see the usage time here. So if you want to like run that space for maybe 7 days, you can just have maybe 160 hours, which means that will run for you for 160 hours, right? That won't stop like until the usage time is it's done. Yeah, as we said, if you want to join our event, you should have at least one space there and one images. Do we need to keep the space running during the testnet? Well, it really depends. Like if you want a more reward, yeah, of course it's better to keep that running, as far as it's easier to renew that. Uh, so if you want to just renew that, you can just click the renew button here. Well, you click the renew button, and you can just select whatever you want. Like you want to renew for maybe 200 hours. It's up to you. Is that allowed to change or modify for the space card? Well, you know what? Like space card is it's actually what the space card is showing is the README file. So if you want to change that, just feel free to change that. You can just change whatever you want. You can just add some tasks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You just commit your changes. Just and then when we go back to the space card, you should be able to see like here task 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's really easy to change the space card. You can just directly change the README file. Then that should be good. Guys, take a look the links that we sent to the chat. You can see all the informations there. We have the documentations here. Maybe I'm gonna put them again to the message channel. Well, I sent the new questions. Which CP should we choose to make a stable space? Well, it really depends. Like for example, if I just have if I know that this module can just run by a CPU, then you can choose only CPU here. But for the module like the stable diffusion, normally we suggest the NVIDIA 3080 or like 3070. I'm sorry. So that is something we suggest that to you. But I mean, like it's if you can try that. Actually, if you have a if you think that the 3070 is be able to run that space, but you're not sure, you can just try the 3070s. And if the space running like it's not running that, it's deploying failed, then you can have your rewards there. So you no sorry refund there. So you can just click the refund button, and the task token will go back. So feel free to try that. I mean, like it won't cost you something. Like it's really easy to try. Sometimes my space is off, and I don't know why. Well, uh, it's probably it's because the time is you know uh you reach the usage time, and you might need to renew that. Uh, I think that will be a on, only situation that the space is off. I don't know, like if you mean the space is off, it means the space is down, or it's returning 404, like the UI is showing 404 or something. Can you give me more information about that? It's stopping. Well, uh, let's see. Let's see. There's two different situations. One is when you're trying to deploy that. The yeah, send the screenshot to Discord channel. But also, I can explain there. So if your space is deploying and just change to stop directly, it's because the CP is not running successful. Like none of the CP is running successful. So we just send you the refund and set this task as file. That's why it's just directly turned to stopping. But after the status change to running, I think the only situation that you reach the stop is just because the time is up. I don't think there's other situations that make a running space turn to stop. But still, if you still have any questions, just send the screenshot to Discord channel, and we, we're gonna we're gonna try to help you with that. And I mean, like, I know it's sometimes it's really confused. It's because we don't have a log system right now. We are still building that. Like uh, in the future, what you're gonna see, we have the logs there, but it's just overview logs. I can't send the screenshot here. Okay. Yeah, I know. Just send to the Discord channel, and we're gonna help you. No worries. Uh, so just let me finish my part. So the logs, we will have the logs that you see what's going on with the CP, why it's stopped, why it's not running. You can say exactly what the CP returns to you, like the Docker uh, logs, like the backend logs. Will be really easy to know what's going on. But right now, I know sometimes will be really weird. It's deploying and just change to stop directly. Yeah. So any other questions, guys? We because the time is out there. Hopefully you guys all clear about all the informations. Just if you have more other questions, you can just send your question to the Discord channel, as I said, with your screenshot, or just ask us some like informations, maybe some documentations. If you feel like I can understand that, we will have like we're gonna help you to figure out that. So yeah, hopefully we are all clear here, and the time is up. Thank you for you guys, and yeah, see ya.